Yes, and give thanks for the new day and for the new time. Yes, give thanks, give thanks. It's a blessing, life. Give thanks for life.
Okay, we're starting, eh?
Yeah,
This is
number
Bro
one.
Munchie, hey brother.
Yeah, man. Ernesto.
So you were saying you started with who was it?
Yeah. Jose
Jose
Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah, man, Jose Carlos. You know, we have to remind ourselves every time of how people, actually made this history of this country in music and things. Now, for me, the link with Jose Carlos is like the reggae music starts for me in that way, because he was with the band Splash.
Was this in Joburg?
This was in Joburg, and they came down to Cape Town. I think it was in '81 or '82. They came to Cape Town and did a show actually here. And some of the members of the band actually went to watch him.
Okay. Some of your guys.
Yeah, some of my guys went to watch him.
So you hooked up from that?
Yeah, and then we linked up with 1985. He came to Cape Town.
Okay.
And that's the same year when the band Selassie I was formed, which became the Sons of Selassie, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you talk about some of the members? I believe you had Michael, the late Michael.
Michael Jones, yes, good guitarist, crunchy rock guitarist. Yeah, grew up with a musical inspiration. There was a few of us who had like musical background from long time ago. Michael Jones was one of them. Clive Daly, of course, brother Daly. He was the first drummer. I was the first bassist, and Michael Jones was the guitarist. You know, and we also had like Bong.
Errol Bong.
Errol Bong from the Rudimentals, yes.
What was he playing with you?
He was the guitarist.
Guitarist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually taught him a bit
So did he actually start on guitar or on bass?
on guitar.
Okay.
I taught him a bit rhythm guitar because when me and Bong linked up, that was in '83. Yeah, when we actually connected, because we all like connected to the faith of Rastafari, so that's how we became friends. So this band started through the faith and the spiritual revelation that we got through Rastafari, and that's how we started Sons of Selassie, because we all linked up in that time. I was still in Out Bay. I only moved '82 to Lotus River. Yeah, so that's the time that I moved to Lotus River, and I already had a bit of music, because I started to play music from school days. So yeah, and that's how I linked up with Bong with his skateboard. He was the skateboard champion,
I believe so.
yeah, the freestyle champion. So he came with his skateboard and guitars and stuff, and we connected with the guys in the village in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where I said Jose, where we linked with Jose as well. So the music started in the bush, and that's where the Sons of Selassie was formed, because most of the brothers that were like coming into the faith were not accepted by their families, and so they didn't have place, and so we just established this cabin in the bush where we could have a place to go to and always come together, because it was not accepted so-called in society, and of course with the police and the church and everything going against, so we had to just separate ourselves from system and go in the bush and just start cooking music.
And did you start composing your own songs, your own original numbers?
My vision of my own songs became a revelation for me when I was maybe 6, 7 years old, 5, 6, 7 years old. I could relate to singing my own song. I just got the thoughts of that since that time already, that I have to make my own music, my own songs, because I could feel the songs coming through me. I could, but I couldn't play an instrument. So
you had the words.
For years I was struggling. I could get melody, I could get words coming and just going, and my friends would like look at me sometimes and say, "What are you singing?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm just singing what I'm thinking," you know what I mean? So basically, the music started for me as composer, born from that time, but just struggling to play an instrument. So by the time when I could play an instrument, and the thing flowed because now it was like connecting in that way that I can now express myself musically, you know. So
Okay.
yes, yes.
So you used the reggae to fight the system.
While reggae music was the weapon, because reggae music really made a big impact worldwide with the message of get up, stand up for your rights, and people started realizing that no, we must actually get up and stand up and do something for our lives and you know change the system. And when we came onto the scene, the reggae scene, it was tough because now we had the police, we had the security police. You know, I told you Jose came into the band, so he was already arrested for political reasons. So everyone that was connected now with him was now watched and checked by the security police. So it was tough for us because every time we just moved into town, we were just blocked and searched and, you know, busted and things like that. And they really tried to stop this, you know, and you know, Ernesto,
Yeah,
the
I know.
bass, what the bass was like, you
I
know,
know.
it was bringing people of all
It was great,
kinds,
it
you
was
know,
great.
all, I won't say colors, kinds, you know,
Yeah.
from all areas, bringing us together, and reggae music was such powerful medium at that time because we weren't not afraid to speak and say the word, you know, and say apartheid and say Mandela and say whatever we wanted to say because we were not afraid. I was beaten up at many times. My eardrum busted. Um, Bernie was with me on one occasion. We were mushed at the roadblock by soldiers, police, and so the struggle was quite tough at that time. But thinking that they would stop us, that's why even I went to jail. You know, they put me in jail too. I didn't have the ganja on me, but they made a way that I could go to jail, and I had to go to jail for ganja that I didn't even have on me. But anyway, that was the plan of the system. So yeah, reggae music was a real revolutionary sound at the time of the in the heart of apartheid. So yeah, it was making moves, and we were like almost like pulled in by all the political things happening in conscription campaign, the UDF, COSATU, political rallies, the Mandela story, the launching of the ANC at the time because the ANC was banned for many years, so they didn't have branches or nothing happening. So we were pulled into all these aspects and tried to assist in this freedom fighting to, you know, because reggae music had the power to pull people.
Were you
together.
asked specifically by the ANC to be play a rally?
Yes, many,
Did they ask for you?
many.
Okay.
We started launching their branches. There was no ANC in the country, and we were in Joburg. We had to do all the areas: Boipotong, Tekoza, Soweto. It was such a lot of townships, and these were the townships where you know, these people were having wars and stuff. It was the system coming and just blowing people's houses, and it was a whole blood running thing. But we were there, you know. We were not afraid to help the ANC and say, look, okay, we forward with this, you know. Yeah, they wanted us. We got paid and put it there. But
Yeah, well done.
yeah, we were like, and that's the